Hello, Internet. My name's Tom, and today I'm going to be talking about things and stuff with my good friends Megan and Pickard. Now, Megan is in particularly high spirits because she just bought a sat-nav, and that's something to be excited about. And if Pickard and I can get through this episode without bursting into the Cancer Bats version of Sabotage, it'd be an absolute bloody miracle. It's been stuck in my head for weeks. Also, I made some new graphics for the show. Got new graphics, and new music. Made some new music. And also a new intro animation thing. Because professionalism. This is Safehouse. Hello.
Hey.
You alright?
Yeah.
So, what's cracking? What's happening this week then?
Well, lots happening.
We got a lot happening this week. I say this week, it's been the past 2 weeks. We didn't do an episode last week because I was in a forest. And
just like by
just in the forest. It happens sometimes. Yeah, I woke up, I was in the forest. I can't help that. Yeah, so this week, the big news that's been happening. First off, sad news.
Very sad news.
The saddest of all news, we lost one of the comedy greats, Robin Williams, passed away, which was bad times. But a petition opened up in the wake of this news.
On the day.
On the very day it happened. And this petition opened up because Robin Williams was a gamer. He was really into his video games. His daughter's name's Zelda. You know, he likes his video games. And
I never put those two together.
yeah, no,
Like,
she is named for the princess.
Reason.
Yeah.
He's
So
been in a load of like, Nintendo adverts.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
he was big on his games. So basically, a petition started for World of Warcraft for making Robin Williams an NPC character in World of Warcraft. And it got like a bajillion signatures in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And people were sending things to Blizzard going, have you seen this petition?
Yeah.
And Blizzard just went, we got this covered.
I wouldn't worry about it.
So at some point in the near future, expect to see Robin Williams coming back to us
I think that's
as
great.
an NPC in World of Warcraft.
I think that's great.
That'd be
though.
the only reason I would play World of Warcraft.
You leave World of Warcraft alone.
yeah, all right, WoW kid. Guild Wars forever.
You
But
weren't there in the beginning, man.
yeah.
WoW used to be.
Oh no, I
Used to be quite
never
a
got
thing.
onto it.
Quite the thing.
It was
Like,
a thing.
It was my life.
Yeah.
You don't say.
Now all we have is WoW Monopoly.
And WoW Trivial Pursuit.
And WoW Trivial Pursuit.
Because we hate ourselves.
Neither of which have made
I'm not
any.
gonna be any good at the Trivial Pursuit.
No.
Because like you guys would do fine.
I
I
won't do
don't
fine.
know.
All I know is, can you go here and get this for me? Yes.
It's pretty much how
That's
I know
Is
pretty
that
it
not
works.
MMOs
But, like,
in general?
Yeah, I know,
Six
but I'm
rat
not
tails.
like, right, okay, so where would you go to get such and such, such and such? I can't recall that information
No.
back.
I follow the waypoint.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
like,
this was before waypoints.
What?
WoW didn't have waypoints back in those
Unacceptable.
days.
No.
back in the
You
day.
had to think when you were given a quest.
I refuse.
It was
that.
like
so
go
right.
to the Warsong Gulch
Yeah.
and get 8 boar tusks.
Right.
Open the map. Where's
You gotta find that shit.
where's
You
it's
like-
not just
you
like
spend
oh arrow over here.
Yeah.
You spend like 20 minutes like, yeah, so
Get out the little AA directory. Like,
That's why Secret World came back and tried
yes,
to do that with
I did
quests.
like that. I did like that. Secret World making you actually think about stuff.
But yeah, now
Which
it
is
is
good.
Now it's just go here,
Yeah, follow
Call
the
of
big
Duty,
glowy star,
stars
do
saying
thing, leave big glowy star. Great time.
that. Yeah.
Video games.
Anyway,
And you were saying Secret World. You were also telling me the other day about a new Bioware game. You said reminded
looks
you
like
of
Secret World.
Secret World, which is fine by me.
Yeah.
Because Secret World was awesome.
Mm.
It was sort of very Lovecraftian,
you said, yeah.
secret society kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
and Bioware are making a copy of Evolve.
Yeah, 4 versus 1.
Yeah.
One player plays as a Shadow Lord, Dungeon Master.
Yeah, it's like a DM.
Yeah.
Oh, right, oh,
versus-
okay.
Versus
And then
a
you
group
put
of
you
people.
put stuff down, and the 4 other players have to try
That's
and
pretty
kill it all.
cool.
And it's a modern day horror thing.
Yeah.
So you have superpowers.
Sounds pretty good.
fighting off monstrous demons.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Is it like first person full
No, it's third.
or is it?
It's third person, I think, and it's the same. They're trying to do like a persistent world thing because
Okay.
Bioware is all about story.
Yes, they do like that. It's like if you decide to shoot this thing, it will affect you later, and it does.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no, there's loads of stuff coming out of Gamescom that's looking pretty good though, because there's some new Borderlands stuff which I'm obviously always having a good time with.
Yeah. That seems to be like spilling out of people's noses at the moment.
More Borderlands.
Out.
Borderlands.
Oh, good.
It's out in 2 months. So,
Yeah, I am
PR machines
super
in full
excited.
effect.
Full swing, yeah.
So yeah, and then I mean we were just watching through some trailers. So there was something about the murder of
The vanishing.
vanishing.
The vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Ethan Carter. He vanished. He looked like murder suspect. It
See,
was ghost sperm. I don't know.
from an outsider's perspective, having never even like heard of the game or know anything about it, like it
Ethan Carter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first I'd heard of it.
Well, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, it doesn't really. At this stage, I'd be kind of like, right, well, I don't really want to buy it because I don't
It's
really
not-
know what it is I've
That's
got
not
to do.
sold me.
No.
It's not sold me.
Like-
Should I try and sell it to you?
She's like, buy it because reasons.
because there's a crow or a raven in the logo.
A raven. That sounds good.
What I've heard about it, it's a paranormal investigation-y thing.
Right.
By
Is it Most Haunted? Is it Most
Oh
Haunted
my
the
god,
game?
could you imagine?
Is it Ghost Adventures the
It's
game?
definitely
God, I would play the shit out of it. That would be amazing.
your controls would be throw stone to make noise.
Yeah.
What?
It's like, oh my god. One person.
Shake camera.
It's like another 4v1 thing because that seems to be popular. So you got 4 people are the presenters and then one is the producer off screen, like rattling shit. Yeah. That sounds
Moving
good.
the camera.
Press X to rattle window for ratings. It's good. Good. Sounds fun.
Speaking of which, actually,
Go on.
going slightly off kilter,
Why not?
Most Haunted has been picked up again.
No.
It's coming back for more
Is
episodes.
Derek Akora back? Because if he's not, I don't want to know
Fuck
about
off.
it.
Yeah,
Derek
I met him on a cruise once.
Did you punch him?
I should have done, but no, I met him on a
Derek
cruise.
was outed, wasn't he? It's like,
Yes, he
well,
was
like,
a
I mean, obviously,
fraud.
Obviously, it's not real.
obviously it's not real, but
Spoilers.
Yeah.
sorry guys.
Anyone who's watching Most Haunted going, they're going to find a ghost one of these days. One of these days, that
One of
ghost is
these
going
days
to
they're
come
going to
out.
find some definitive proof.
Yeah, and be like, hey, what up?
No, but like it was discovered that he was actually like he didn't even believe that he was.
Yeah, no,
that
he just
was
he was
playing
in it for the
live.
dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Money
Yeah.
One
grabbing.
of my friends
Bastards.
actually went to
A show.
an evening with Derek Akora and
It was
just bullshitted through the like he picked on her and so she just bullshitted the way through it and he was like, yes, no, that's good, that's exactly what I thought. Absolute bullshit. But oh,
It's the big one.
the big one, right? The big piece of news coming out of Gamescom. PT, which transpired to be the new Silent Hill game.
Do we know what PT stands
It was
for?
playable teaser.
Oh, okay, right.
So
okay.
the idea is a demo was released for free on PlayStation Network, where you play as Norman Reedus because
Because
But
what
you
he
didn't
did
know
today.
it was Norman Reedus.
didn't know it was Norman Reedus until he was like, "Sup, it's Norman Reedus." So
At the end, did he just go? Ah.
that was
Pretty
the big
much.
jump scare, yeah. So it was a playable teaser. You wake up in a room. It's pretty spooky.
Oh.
You go into a corridor.
This just sounds like my worst nightmare.
You go into a corridor. It's well lit, and you're like, "Oh, this is nice. This is a nice corridor."
I don't know why I'm here, but thanks for the lighting.
You're walking down the corridor. You see a little clock. It's 23:59. You're like, "Oh, late. We'll go back to bed."
Yeah,
But no,
right,
it's not time for bed because the door's closed. So you're like, "Oh, I'll just keep walking." As you walk down the corridor, you see like a dresser with like pills all over the floor and like empty beer cans and
I'm
things.
starting to get concerned.
Yeah, and you're like, alright, well, fair enough. And then you turn right at the end of the corridor and you walk down it, and there's like a bathroom door, but that's closed. You don't get nothing to do with that. And there's the front door, and that's closed. And then there's like a little.
So, my concerns are starting to rise now.
Yeah, then there's a little stand in front of the front door with like a couple of pictures on it. Nothing
Right.
super interesting. You're like, alright, fine.
Okay.
And then there's like a little basement staircase and a
Right,
door
okay, I'm
there.
going to stop you there.
Yeah. Now of course,
Because I ain't going down that
instinct
basement.
says, well, I'm not going to the basement. But by this point, you've got this far, and there's nothing else. So you're like, well,
Well, I'll stay in the corridor. That's
Let's
fine.
see what's in the basement.
I'll stay until the sunset
Until
time.
game
And then I'll leave.
Great for you.
Yeah, that must be.
Right, let's just address that. It's the different things. Number one, I wouldn't even look at one.
Yeah.
Number two, no way am I ever going to play it. And number three, absolutely not in the dark like they did.
Yeah, no, that was a horrible idea. But
So
the idea
right,
is that
so
they
the
go down
idea
these little
is-
stairs,
Yeah,
and they open the basement door,
yeah.
and it's the corridor again. As if they've come through that first
Now this
door.
is where my suspicions of
This is where my suspicions began. So the idea is that you then do that ad infinitum. It just keeps looping, but every time you go through the door that makes it loop, things get a little bit worse. So
Right.
the lights start dimming.
Right, see
and
now
then,
I'm starting to feel like I would have made the correct decision by just staying in the
yeah,
corridor and
just
not
stay the
going
whole
for a
time.
job.
Everyone wins.
Yeah.
So that-
Someone's got to turn up at some time.
Yeah, so you just loop around this corridor and things get worse and worse, and then there's spooky ghosts and a fetus. And it's
Literally a fetus.
literally a fetus in a sink.
Oh, in a
Brilliant.
It's in a
right.
sink,
And it goes.
and it screams at you. I'm not going to lie, pretty scary.
I'm having a bad time.
So you can actually play it indefinitely, if you want.
What, does it just carry
just
on
keeps-
getting worse and worse?
It's
Or-
like
Yeah,
a
pretty much.
huge riddle, basically, to
Yeah.
try and solve.
Yeah, it's a super puzzle thing, which a couple of people have worked out, but it's a bit. There are now walkthroughs online for it because internet. But yeah, it was the kind of thing that most people just thought, oh, you walk around a couple of times and that's that. But it goes on forever.
They've put a lot of time into this.
Oh
then.
yeah, it seems pretty spooky.
Well, from the 20 seconds I saw it,
yeah, that's
it looks pretty damn scary.
It's pretty spooks. But then the idea is that everyone's going, oh, this is pretty scary. And then they go, surprise, motherfuckers, it's a new Silent Hill game. And everyone went, so
New
So you
Silent
got-
Hill game with.
new Silent Hill game being directed by Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro. So now if you want a game that's going to completely blow up your brain, give it to Hideo Kojima, and he's like, I need someone who's really good at horror. Let's get Guillermo del Toro involved. So you've got that, and then obviously Norman Reedus, mocapped and face pictured for the main character. Face pictured.
Is that a technical
Official
term?
technical term.
Yep.
They're
That's what
like,
they call it now.
Norman Reedus, we'd like you to come in so we can face picture you. And he was like,
Alright, I'll be there in 10.
he's like, yeah, I've got nothing else on. We're between seasons on Walking Dead, I might as well. So yeah, that was a thing that happened, and
it was pretty cool.
pretty good.
I mean, don't get me wrong, yeah, it looks really cool, but I'm not going anywhere near it.
It's
I'm not going to be in the house
I'm not
when
even going
anyone's...
to play it either. Like, I might, if he gets it, I'll watch him play it.
I will
I'll
watch
not
you play it
because that's
through
terrifying.
a door,
Yeah,
through
like,
a window.
I still haven't
I'll
completed.
watch you playing it from the outside of your house.
Yeah. I haven't even completed Resident Evil 3, and that came out in like the 90s, and I haven't.
You too scared.
And I got halfway through, and I was like, too scared, and I've not played a Resident Evil since. Too scary, not having it.
You really should play 4. I think I've told you about it.
And you have told me it's a recurring thing on every episode. Play 4. Alright, play 4.
But the big thing about that Silent Hill reveal was that it came out of nowhere. And that rarely happens now,
Yeah.
especially in
Yeah,
games. You
there's
go
no-
into E3 and
You've
know
got
So
to
it
sit there
was
to what's
kept
happening.
really
no
much
one,
hush.
no one had any clue
Nailed it.
a new Silent Hill was coming. No one particularly wanted them because the last 4 have all been terrible.
Yeah.
But this one has
making
got
a bit
one-
more hype though.
Hideo
Well, it's-
Kojima,
yeah.
Guillermo del Toro.
I was going to say, like,
Okay.
it's going to take a lot for them to cock it up.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's going to be pretty good. We went to cinema the other night.
Yeah, we had a safe night.
That's the
Safehouse night out.
Safe House party night.
Stuart.
Feet
Feet
Stuart.
Stu.
Safe House Feet
Hey
Stu.
Stu.
Hey, Stu.
Stu. Stu doesn't like have the internet, so I'm pretty not going to see this.
One day in like 2000.
Yeah, it's going to get to it's gonna be
2000
2100. He will have like dial-up modem. So yeah, no, we went to see Guardians of the Galaxy. Now
Obviously, we've been talking about Guardians of the Galaxy for a little.
we
haven't
have
spoken
we've
about it
been
before.
getting hype about it reliably over the past several episodes. We went to go see it. Oh, it's bloody good.
It's
pretty good.
very good.
Bloody good.
It's very good.
Good.
It's like if you like Chris Pratt's pecs, you're in for a treat.
Damn
This
heck.
girl does.
Yeah. But let's be honest though, Groot was the star of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Groot stole it. Groot, like everyone, when it started, you thought Rocket is going to be the
Oh
winner.
yeah, but
Groot.
No way. Yeah.
Groot. Clearly Groot.
The feels.
My feels. Because that was the thing.
Roots.
I was trying to explain it to Dan when I got home because he was like, "Oh, give me a review when you get in." So I was like, "It's like it touched kind of every base because you kind of had a bit of a romance in there, but like not too much that it was like." Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you had my feels.
Yeah.
My feels.
Oh,
were
they
all
were
over
so
the
good
place.
with the feels.
Oh my God, my feels.
The first scene.
Oh
I know.
my God,
They're all
my
sitting there like-
feels.
They were like crying at the. It hasn't even put up the Marvel intro
And
yet.
then the callback at the end to that as well.
Yes, that was
Really.
It was a very
So
well-made film.
well written,
But yeah, it was. I'd go as far as to say laugh out loud funny. At
Oh,
some
well,
stages.
definitely. The
Yeah.
cinema was erupting at several points
Yeah.
because generally, anytime Groot said anything, spoilers, it was "I am Groot." That's all Groot says, but it was funny.
I know they are ungrateful.
Yes. Yeah, it's like he would just say, "I am Groot," and at the start they're just like, "Oh, that's all he says." But then as the film progresses, Rocket seems to just sort of understand what the "I am Groots" mean. So like Chris Pratt says, "Oh, I've got 12% of a plan," and he's like, "I am Groot," and Rocket's like, "Well, yeah, I know it is better than 11%, but shut up." And it's like, but it was really awesome.
It was really
And
good.
there was lots of cool little like Easter eggs for the Marvel fans because
Yeah,
the
you
Collector
say.
was in it. The Collector, played by Benicio del Toro.
Which, I'm always a fan
So
of him
many,
being
so
in
many
things.
Del Toros in this episode.
I know.
It was like a Del Toro party.
That's
Can
the
that
name of the
be?
episode.
Yeah, Del Toro
Del
party.
Toro party. So yeah, no, and it had the Collector who showed up at the end of Thor 2, and
What did he have at the end of Thor 2? Was that when he had the Tesseract?
when they no, it's when they took him the one that wasn't the Tesseract, the red
Thing.
essence.
and
bullshit
when they
from-
showed Scarlet Witch and
That no, that was the end of Captain America 2 with Scarlet Witch. That was
that in the Collector's place as well though? They were in cages.
no,
weren't they?
that was in that was some underground like Hydra spin-off that was being run by Baron von Strucker. I think it's Baron von Strucker. Baron von something. He's like a
My
long-standing Marvel villain. So he's going to rock up at some point, which we hope. Probably Captain America 3 Big Bad. But no, at the end of the end of Thor 2 was where they take the red misty bullshit from it was the MacGuffin of the film. It was there because they needed a thing to be a threat, and they were like, that'll do. And they took it to the Collector, and it transpires that this weird misty stuff can actually condense into an Infinity Gem. And Volstagg mentions, we already have the Tesseract in Asgard, and it would not be wise to have two Infinity Gems so close together. And it's like, and
Spoilers.
then cut forward to Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's trying to buy the purple Infinity Gem. He's just trying to collect all the Infinity Gems.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, but the Collector scene was fantastic because it's like you go back and watch all the bits and bobs as the camera
Have
just
you tried
pans
to do that?
Yeah, I've gone
Yeah.
back. It's like he's got one of the Dark Elves from Thor 2 in a cage, and he's got one of the Chitauri from Avengers. He had right. This was another thing because James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
James Gunn also did Slither, which was a sort of tongue-in-cheek horror film
I remember,
about some aliens that were like weird eel things.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
He's got one of the Slither aliens in a cage in the Collector's thing. I was like,
that's cute.
that's a nice little nod. I like that. Well done, James Gunn.
I love it. That, like, I get this vision that he's gone like, guys. So, like, we've got the scene and we have loads of stuff.
There's
Can I
some
just?
stuff.
Like, I've got this alien.
Can I just
Can we
put that?
put
Yeah, put it in.
Put that. It's
Yeah.
like,
We'll do that for you, James. We'll do it for you.
like, oh,
So-
thanks, guys.
Yeah, no, it was either that or he's gone, I've got this spare prop if you wanted to put that over there.
Like, it was out of shot.
Yeah.
He's just gone.
Yeah, perfect crime. But yeah, so all in all, bloody good film. Strongly suggest it if you haven't already seen it. But let's be honest, if you're a Marvel fan, you will have
You will
seen
Which
see
it.
one's
it.
next for Marvel?
Next one is Avengers 2. Age of Ultron,
That's
which
next
is
year.
May next year, I believe. Then
And that's the end of Phase
that's
2.
the end of Phase 2, and then I think Phase 3 is due to start with Ant-Man.
Yeah. There was a
Captain
list
America
somewhere.
3.
Then it's Captain America. Yeah, their list came out at Comic-Con, I think it was. So it's Ant-Man, Captain America 3, I presume Thor 3, although I don't think they announced it, but probably Thor 3. Others, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, they've already started work on.
Yeah.
Rumour has it, originally there was going to be like Phase 4, they were going to bring in the Inhumans, which are, imagine the X-Men in space, is effectively the Inhumans.
Right, okay.
But obviously where Fox own X-Men, this is Marvel's chance to go, we can do that. So, no, the Inhumans are really cool, and rumour has it that Kevin Feige, who is the dude in charge of Marvel Studios, is going to try and bump up the Inhumans to go before Avengers 3.
Right.
Because effectively Avengers 3 is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers and the Inhumans versus Thanos. Which, mate,
Jesus.
like that movie is how many, like that's like half a decade away, and I am already hyped. And then the other thing that has been announced, which I didn't even notice this until I was just trawling the internet for some stuff to talk about, and I stumbled across this, and I'm like, I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it because I'm pretty hyped. There was a film in 1973 called Westworld, with Yul Brynner in it. He's bald, he had weird eyes. Right. So the gist of the film is these.
Is that the gist?
That's the gist of the film. There's a guy. It's Yul Brynner. He's bald. He had weird eyes. The end. Credits roll.
Standing ovation.
Yeah, it was a pretty good film. But yeah, the idea is it was a theme park with different historical periods in time. So it was a Wild West zone.
Okay.
It was like Crystal Maze. There was a Wild West zone. There was a medieval zone, and there was the industrial. The Roman zone. And then all of the people in these zones were androids who would walk around and act in character. And it was like a futuristic theme park, and people would go there and pretend to be cowboys and that kind of thing. And basically these two guys go along and they're in Westworld, they're having a great time, and basically the android played by Yul Brynner kicks off a bit and basically leads like a robot uprising, and like the androids turn on them and shit gets rowdy.
He forgets about the Prime Directive.
He forgets the robot Prime Directive and starts murdering everyone. And it was a really good film. It was a film I enjoyed. It's very 70s. It's a super 70s film, an early 70s, so not even good.
Bad.
The trailer, I showed Pickard the trailer. It was, it was a 3-minute trailer, and it was terrible. But still, the idea is that was a thing, and then HBO, creators of such classics as The Game of Thrones, have gone,
every good TV series,
and pretty much all the good shows, have gone, hey guys, how about we make a series of Westworld starring Ed Harris, Anthony Hopkins and James Marsden, among others. And I'm like, well I want that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so apparently they've already commissioned a pilot, and they're going to be filming a pilot for it, and then if that is successful, it will spawn a full series of Westworld, and I'm excited because I'm thinking they could surpass the original 3 zones. They could have all sorts of historical periods full of stuff. There was a sequel called Future World. It was shit, but they could mine that.
They could do it.
They could mine that. It'd be fine.
So they've got the Wild West and the future.
And the future, just a nondescript future.
Did they reveal any kind of writers or other people behind it?
There was a writer involved.
There is definitely a writer.
Someone definitely wrote it.
A writer was involved.
Was it someone we would know?
Maybe. I will do some crafty editing while I find out. Here we go.
I'd be like, no,
that was the thing, but it's being produced by Bad Robot, which is J.J. Abrams' company. It is being written by Lisa Joy, who is a burn notice person.
Right.
She writes burn notice.
Well, she can keep writing that.
You keep writing your burn notice. There you go. Information on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, so that's probably enough. We've had enough discussions.
How long have we been talking?
We've been talking for 30 minutes.
Oh,
I'm going to edit that down. And then it'll be 20 minutes. It'll be great.
Yeah.
So I'll take out...
You better not take out the most haunted thing, because I think that our viewers...
Most haunted is staying in. Most haunted
are definitely going to be excited about
most haunted the video game. Most haunted the video game. I want it.
Can you imagine how shit it would be?
Oh my god.
It'll be a hidden object game.
Yes. It'd be like the Coronation Street game. It is a Coronation Street
Search
game.
for the missing
search for the missing crock pot recipe. It's an actual hidden object game you can buy on like the PlayStation. It's a Coronation Street game.
Mate.
Yeah, I know.
That's happening.
Let's play.
Anyway.
It's pretty good. We'll do a let's play of it. Actually, just before we go, Let's Plays, bloody, they've announced they're doing a WWE card game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mate,
Collectible card game.
we need to do a Let's Play of that. 'Cause
Well, like,
comedy game. It's like, well, I play The Rock. I tap Stone Cold Steve Austin to do a stunner. It is
Probably.
equal to your toughness.
It's probably going to be Top Trumps.
But he's got
Yeah.
vigilance. Good. So yeah, that's that. I made new links. That was me summoning
Oh,
the
sorry,
links.
there they
I
are.
summoned the links
They look
because
good, right?
it did occur to me in the last episode that the little buttons would come up, and then if you were watching on a tablet, they were just buttons. You couldn't compress them. They didn't tell you what they were. It was just a picture.
It was just like a circle.
And so they're like, well, thanks for that picture of a circle. So now it actually says the Facebook and the Twitter thing over there, and it's got a little subscribe. Quite nice.
Yeah.
So if you would like to type in that address to either of those, you can go to them. If you want to press the button over here to subscribe, that'd be lovely. I'll be a fan of that.
Where is it over there?
It's over here somewhere. It generally hovers around the arm of my chair, I've noticed. So if you want to press that, great. If you want to press like as well, that'd be also great.
Give it one of those.
Give it one of them. Share it. Do what you like. It's good times. And good. And we'll be back next week to talk about more stuff. And
We sure will.
it'll be fun. And we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.
It's good. It's good.
Yes.
Yes. You can talk now.
Yeah. It's good. I was starting to get worried because I'm down to 8% battery.
It's
And
good.
when you started, I had 32%.
Dan was here all along.